history is full of firsts.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Many of those firsts shaped our way of life. For 70 years, KPRC Channel 2 has been proud to be pioneers in shaping television and Houston history.
In a state the size of Texas, everyone can enjoy.
Calls in the storms Thursday.
Minutes before 9 o'clock, the crew's here telling her.
This is the first time in a long they haven't let it. See the sum of your pay.
Isn't it good to work for a place that has a sense of history? And indeed it is.
See, taking the president from Spring to College Station following.
If you have something you'd like Channel 2 Investigates to check out, call the tip line at 713-223-TIPS or email investigates@click2houston.com. Live from KPRC, this is Channel 2 News Today.
In breaking news this morning, part of the Baytown East Freeway shut down. A live look here, courtesy of Houston TransStar. Coming up, the deadly crash that forced police to close that freeway.
Also, a man linked to a father's murder arrested. Ahead, we're live downtown where that man is scheduled to face a judge after police say he killed that father in front of his two kids.
And how about a live look at our camera in the Galleria area? Nice and cool Saturday morning. Coming up, Cambrell will show us just how much the temperatures will warm up.
Nice and cool for sure.
Yeah.
Get out there and take the dog for a walk, have your cup of coffee. It feels good.
With your jacket?
Can I come by and take your dog for a walk?
Yeah, I have 3.
Okay, well.
You can come by and take my dog for a walk too if you want.
Okay, maybe let's not
And the
go.
kids.
Let's not go.
Take them all.
Take them all. Okay, we'll fine.
Yep.
It'll be just one happy family
Yep.
walking down the street. That'll be a good thing. They'll wonder
He's
what
not gonna
happened
do
to that family.
Like, what happened there?
It's a good day to do that, though. When we were having a discussion on Facebook Live, I said, sweater's kind of nice, and then somebody said, what's the definition of a sweater?
Come on.
Is it a trick question or what? Put something on, cover up a little bit. It's going to be on the cool side here. Chilly start, staying cool throughout the day here. For the most part, mix of sun this afternoon. Going to be near 60, 62 degrees for your high temperature, so be ready for that. More clouds tonight. We'll see those temperatures in the 50s, kind of hovering in the 50s for the most part. And 41 in Bush Intercontinental, Katy 45, Galveston 51 degrees with this beautiful shot along the seawall we were looking at just a few moments ago. Right now, the computer decided, well, it didn't want to play. So northeast winds at 5 miles an hour, but trust me, our Facebook friends, we were watching it just a few moments ago. Believe me. I'm not like a politician. I'm telling the truth all the time. 4 to 6 to 8 to 10, 56 to 55 to 56 degrees for the most part here. So temperatures are cool throughout. So not going to be a bad day. We don't have rain in the forecast. So in terms of Galveston Mardi Gras weekends, this is a good weekend to go ahead and get out and enjoy that. Exact track radar is on the quiet side. It will stay that way. Look at the rest of the state. Not much happening at all. We'll have rain. That rain in Arizona, that'll be coming and giving us some rain on Monday. It will not impact our weekend. So we'll get out and enjoy it. The week ahead, we'll warm up and then boom, our temperature drops in the mid-50s toward the end of the week. Normally we're at 68 degrees. Not going to be there today. We're going to time it all out, talk about the 10-day forecast and time out when the rain is going to come through and how much rain we might get. We'll do that coming up.
All right, Canberra, we'll see you in a bit. Thank you. And we're still tracking that breaking news out of Channelview, where deputies say a woman was hit and killed along the East Freeway. This happened just before 5 a.m. near Beltway 8. According to investigators, the victim was trying to cross the freeway when she was hit by several vehicles. We're told drivers did stop to help the woman, but she died at the scene. Here's a live look at TransStar, where you can see all those main lanes are now reopened there at Uvalde. We'll be sure to update you on this story both on air and online at clicktohouston.com. Now to a developing story we've been tracking for almost a week now, the murder of a father of two.
We're told that he was killed in front of his kids in Northeast Harris County. The suspect in the case was arrested yesterday and will appear in front of a judge this morning. Channel 2's Taisha Walker live in downtown Houston with the latest in this case. Taisha?
Yeah, Jacob, the suspect did not appear in court this morning. He decided to waive his right, so the judge decided to go ahead and hear his probable cause anyway. We're getting our first look at him. If you take a look at his mugshot that we just got into the newsroom, that is 41-year-old Juan Williams. We know that he was arrested and charged last night in connection to the murder of a father of two. 28-year-old Jamarcus Martin was gunned down last Sunday at the Haverstock Apartments off of Aldine Bender. In court, we learned that Martin, his twin sons, and a witness were walking up a stairwell when a man began shooting. Martin was shot in the head and died as a result. A witness we know who was there with Martin and his two children was able to identify Williams as the shooter. Deputies say that Williams denies that he was at the scene or the person responsible. And just a short time ago, we know that the judge had said in court that Williams is a repeat offender, and because of that, and because that he was on a prior parole, he is not being granted bond today. Reporting live from downtown, Taisha Walker, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Taisha, thank you. New this morning, Houston police arrest 5 juveniles after a carjacking ends in a high-speed chase. Police say that chase came to a violent end near Cora and Rainey in northwest Houston. It had started when HPD officers tried to pull the vehicle over in the 9,000 block of Swiftwater. We're told the men then, during that 10-minute chase that followed, the driver at some point hit a patrol vehicle. That chase came to an end when the juvenile driver crashed, and then all 5 suspects were arrested.
And now to the latest on the coronavirus crisis. With wedding season right around the corner, brides-to-be could be in for a panic. Because of the coronavirus outbreak, there could be a shortage of wedding dresses. Yeah, the American Bridal and Prom Industry Association says 80% of the world's Western-style gowns are produced in China, and many factories there had to temporarily shut down because of this virus. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has confirmed over 30 cases of coronavirus in the country as U.S. health officials prepare for it to become a pandemic. The total number of infected worldwide stands at over 7,600, and at least 2,200 people have died.
New details regarding the pilot of the helicopter that crashed, killing Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna and 7 others. According to the Federal Aviation Administration, this was not the pilot's first time that he violated weather-related flight rules. Records show in 2015. He flew after being told not to by air traffic control. The FAA says Bryant admitted to the error and had counseling at that time. In last month's crash in Calabasas, California, Bryant had been trying to get special permission to fly through foggy conditions. Air traffic control says he was trying to avoid a cloud layer seconds before the deadly crash. A public memorial is being held at the Los Angeles Staples Center on Monday to honor Kobe and his daughter Gianna.
Roger Stone is seeking to disqualify the judge overseeing his case as he pushes for a new trial. Attorneys for the convicted felon and longtime associate of President Trump filed the motion last night. In that motion, they asked Judge Amy Berman Jackson to recuse herself following a statement she made about juror integrity. The defense is seeking a new trial alleging juror misconduct. On Thursday, she sentenced Stone to serve 40 months in prison and pay a $20,000 fine. Stone was found guilty on 7 counts of lying to Congress, witness tampering, and obstructing investigations into Russian interference in the 2016 presidential election. All right, Mardi Gras. We're talking Mardi Gras, and the festivities are well underway in Galveston.
We are in the second and final weekend of celebrations on the island. Last night, thousands of visitors lined the streets to get their hands on the coveted beads. Tonight is the Knights of Momma's Night Parade. Many who live on the island welcome the event, they say, and they tell us they don't want to miss out on the fun.
It's very big. I like it for the beads and the king cake.
I can't wait to catch the beads.
More than 300,000 people, in fact, are expected to head to Galveston this Mardi Gras season. Well, we are hoping for the rodeo music at some point. Every time we talk about rodeo, we count on the music. At some point, we'll get it.
Well, if you pause for a minute, you can practically...
There it is.
There's our music. You can smell the barbecue from last year's rodeo. That's my memory, at least. The rodeo is right around the corner, we know. Preparations already underway to transform Energy Park. Sky 2 flew over the park just yesterday. Many of the carnival rides already up and ready to go. This will be the center of Houston for 3 weeks in March. It all begins next week with that very popular barbecue cook-off.
Right. Better late than never on the music. Hey, this morning, two big stories involving United Airlines.
Yeah, first is just how much you'll have to pay to check your bags. You better travel light.
Also, United outraged some travelers by doing away with those special cookies that they've got. Coming up, what Delta now has to say about their flights and the future of the buttery cinnamon snacks.
But first, there are some weekend traffic alerts you need to know about. I'll run down the construction hotspots you'll want to avoid next on Channel 2 News Today. Happy weekend to you. We've got some areas of construction that you need to know about through this weekend, and we start you with the Southwest Freeway West Loop Interchange. We've got nightly closures that continue between 9 p.m. and 5 a.m. Those will be ongoing until March 2nd, so we're starting to get used to that closure. We also have a closure this weekend on the West Loop between Woodway and Post Oak. It's on the southbound side of things, and the feeders close all weekend long. We've got two main lanes blocked during the day tomorrow, 4 a.m. to 2 p.m. Be aware of that. A little extra congestion on the West Loop because of that. The exit ramp from the Gulf Freeway northbound onto 59 southbound's closed all weekend. You're going to have to take a little loop around downtown and pick up the Southwest Freeway southbound from I-10 throughout the weekend. We also have a couple of lanes blocked on the northbound side of things. 59, this is through Midtown and downtown. This is through 1 o'clock this afternoon. There will be delays on the Southwest Freeway and 288 leading into downtown because of that. And then finally on 290 between Muschke and Skinner inbound, we've got 3 lanes closed all weekend long. It will cause delays in the Cypress area. Those are your main construction areas for the weekend. Do have a great weekend, and as always, drive safely.
Hey, and we have great news. We've remade our traffic website. It's called What's Driving Houston, and it's not just a name change. We've got a lot of maps on there that show real-time drive times and a section that tracks the biggest construction projects in Houston right now, and much, much more. Just go to click2houston.com/traffic to take a look. Well, this morning, Delta is reassuring passengers that its famous Biscoff cookies aren't going anywhere.
Well, that's after United Airlines earlier this week said that it was getting rid of the snacks on its planes. United said Oreo Thins will replace the Biscoffs on its flights. That upset some fans of those buttery cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg cookies. They're my favorite, actually. Well, United spokesperson says the change is to give passengers some variety, you know, switch things up. But Delta is capitalizing on the moment. It tweeted, "Yep, still got them." All right, we appreciate that, Delta. And speaking of United, the airlines yesterday increased its checked baggage fees by $5. That follows a similar move by JetBlue last month. The first checked bag is now $35 each way. The second, $45. Travelers can avoid the increase. I know, I feel it too. By prepaying for bags in advance, the checked bag prices remain $30 and $40 if it's paid any time before online check-in. Keep that in mind, of course. It is a police chase that could be out of Looney Tunes.
Why, do you ask? Well, it involves a wily coyote. Coming up, a look at the drastic measures police took to get that coyote away from planes at an airport.
Oh boy. Plus, Mr. O has a lesson for us in buoyancy. Coming up next, how that helps plastic float in water in this morning's Oh Wow moment.
Oh wow.
Hey! I'm Mr. O, here with another moment at the Children's Museum of Houston.
Why does plastic float?
Well, that's a great question, and it all comes back to buoyancy. Think of it like this. When an object is placed into a fluid like water, it presses down against the fluid due to gravity. Literally, the weight of the object pushes against the fluid. The fluid in turn pushes back up against the object. That pushback is buoyancy, or buoyant force. When a buoyant force is greater than the weight of the object floats. But when the buoyant force is less than the weight of the object sinks.
So, the plastic boat floats because the plastic is less dense than the water, so there is a greater buoyant force pushing up on the boat than the weight is pushing down.
Exactly!
Wait, so how do big metal boats float?
Well, that's a great question also. Metal is in fact more dense than water, so it should sink, but we can shape the metal, so the total density of the entire boat is less than that of water. Let me show it to you a different way. To learn more about buoyancy and see how to take our boat building challenge at home, check out our full version of this video online at click2houston.com or cmhoustonblog.org. This has been another Oh Wow moment from the Children's Museum of Houston. We hope your mind can come out to play.
And you can see Mr. O's Children's Museum segments every Saturday morning right here on KPRC Channel 2.
And the museum wants you to know some of the experiments could be dangerous and require adult supervision.
Well, speaking of oh wow, take a look at a police chase caught on camera in Sacramento, California. So planes were over a coyote. This was the coyote creating a hazard for planes because it kept running on the runway and then would lay down in the middle of it. That's when police were sent in to try to scare it off with a helicopter. Air traffic was put on hold as the police and pilots worked to follow that little wily coyote. It took about 10 minutes to get him to the edge of the airport, and then it took off down a drainage ditch.
I probably shouldn't laugh. It probably took a lot of resources to try to get him off, but that's a little bit funny.
He was probably scared too.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, he had no idea what was going on. Can you imagine? He got really close to that coyote.
You know, it's...
What are you thinking?
I'm just thinking about cartoons, you know.
Your mind goes there.
Yeah, it does.
The Roadrunner.
That's how my mind works. I'm thinking of Wile E. Coyote. He's like, okay, great. And you're looking at an anvil ready to crash down on him. All right, we don't have any coyotes, but we have a beautiful sunrise coming up. Our Click 2 family really sent in a beautiful shot here. Look at this.
Wow, what a shot.
Yeah. Yeah, I tell you. We got didn't I put you two in charge of the contest? We're going to put together and
Let's do it.
The best Click 2 pin.
Yes.
This one was top.
A trip or something like that, or maybe lunch with you guys for the winner.
Yeah, that would be fun.
I like it.
Yeah, that'd be great. Lunch on you. Look at Galveston, East Beach. What a day. Look, walking along the beach. Nice to do that today. A little cool, but nice. 51 degrees, northeast winds at 5 miles per hour. The rest of the temperatures, we still have 42 in Dayton, 40 in Anahuac. You're at 40 in Cleveland, still 38 degrees in Conroe. You're the cool spot right now in Columbus at 38 as well. 45 in Pearland, 46 in Sugar Land. The wind, not much of an issue. 5 miles an hour, 7 and calm. So just know you have a little wrap up, a light jacket or something like that. Plenty of sun out there today. We have this northeast wind. The reason it's from the northeast for the moment is because the area of high pressure, that's a flow around that area. And so we will continue to see that until this high moves well off. In the meantime, as that moves well off, we'll be looking at this rain that's in Arizona right now. The upper level currents will keep bringing it in this direction. And as it does so, heavier rain will be to the north, but we'll get the tail end of what will be a cold front that will develop, and that's going to be our rain coming in on Monday. Here's a futurecast model. So you have a little bit more cloud cover for tomorrow, and then we start to see the showers that will be associated with that trailing end of that front that'll slide through on Monday. Notice it goes through fairly quickly, although Monday's going to be kind of a messy day. But look at the rest of the week. Going into Tuesday, nothing. A little blip there, like Tuesday night. Yeah. So I don't have that in the forecast. Going into Wednesday and Thursday, all the way through Friday, we start to get some clouds back, and that's about it. So all week long, Monday is a big rain day for us. Exact track radar for now is quiet, and the temperatures for this morning going up through this afternoon, 62 at Bush, 65 and other warmer temperatures to the west. But you notice what happens as we get overnight. Clouds come in tomorrow morning, a little warmer, and then it will be even warmer going into tomorrow afternoon, close to the low 70s for tomorrow tomorrow. So the changes are coming. We have a few more clouds, but all in all, a pretty nice weekend for today. The Woodlands hour-by-hour forecast going to be about 55 to 59 degrees at 2 o'clock this afternoon. And then you look at the 10-day, and you notice what happens here. We're going up to 68. We may obviously bump that up a little bit, 68 to 70 degrees. Then the 40% rain chance going into Monday. Fat Tuesday, 70, and then we watch this cooling off going into Ash Wednesday. Barbecue cook-off activity starts on Thursday. The parade is on Saturday. It'll be just fine. No rain in that forecast. I think that's kind of nice. A lot of times we get the trail riders coming in. You wonder what's going on. We're going to have rain or not rain. Well, it looks like we're not going to have rain this year. That's a good thing. Coming up tomorrow here on Houston Newsmakers, Congressman Kevin Brady says the only thing the impeachment did was slow down progress that he wants to make.
Just saw another poll just 2 days ago that said 2 out of 3 Americans say impeachment was really just done to damage this president. And the same 2/3 are saying enough's enough, move on, start solving some problems, something we've been saying for a long time.
Congressman Kevin Brady and Congresswoman Sylvia Garcia talk about impeachment and what's beyond. That's tomorrow morning at 10:30.
All right, after our news at 10, coming up tomorrow. Thanks, Cam Brown. Let's talk Memorial City. Memorial City known for many things, including its beautiful mall and great shopping.
It also has a very diverse food scene, if you didn't know. Coming up next, a chef is here to give us a preview of the new Memorial City Restaurant Weeks.
Hey, welcome back. Next week, a new initiative is being launched at Memorial City. You've heard of Houston Restaurant Week. Well, Memorial City Restaurant Weeks are showcasing that area's best restaurants. Joining us to talk about it, Jacob Weaver, Corporate Director of Food and Beverage, Hotel Zaza. Thank you so much for coming, working on some quinoa, is that right?
My pleasure. Yeah, we've got some quinoa right here. That's right. So we've got the first year of the Memorial City Restaurant Week coming up. Yes, it is. Indeed, it's the first year that we're doing it. Super excited about it. We've got lunch and dinner menus, anywhere from $15 to $35. Around 3 courses, each one of those. We'll make a donation on behalf of the restaurant, and then Metro National will match that 50%.
Wow, for everybody.
Everybody, that's right, and that's going to benefit the Memorial Hermann Foundation.
Oh man, that's a great cause. So that's happening first time ever next week, and you've brought some things to show us.
Indeed. Yeah, so these are 3 dishes that are on our menu at Hotel Zaza in Memorial City, and they're on there all the time, but during these weeks, which is going to be the entire month, we will actually be offering these at a really, really good price. So all of this right here is going to be $35.
Oh, wow.
And we'll be serving that during dinner. So we've got our
the potato fries.
Yeah, exactly. We've got our French onion soup over here, and then I'm gonna work on our quinoa bowl. So we've got the quinoa that's dressed with a little bit of lemon and tahini dressing.
What's that on top? Sprouts.
Those are sprouts.
I'm gonna say everything wrong. I should probably just keep my mouth shut. Like you talk about the.
We've got some. We've got the sprouts. We've got the sweet potato.
I know what that is. The avocado.
We've got a little avocado.
Yeah. Jalapeno?
And the jalapeno, yeah. So this dish is really, really good. I am not a guy that eats vegetarian and vegan food very often, but this one...
Exception made for this one.
Oh my God, I make this at home all the time. My wife loves it. It's really, really great.
And what is this sauce?
That's a lemon tahini sauce. So tahini is just sesame paste, and then it's got lemon and olive oil. Really, really delicious. And then our New York style cheesecake right here. So we'll just top that off with a little bit of berries. Some fresh mint.
Can't go wrong with a cheesecake with the berries.
Exactly.
Hey, let's put up a graphic for people again to know when they can participate. Starts Sunday, so March 1st through the 31st. 12 restaurants participating. And as you said, 50% I think was the donation benefiting Memorial Hermann Foundation. And you can participate. Look, we can't get enough of the restaurant weeks. You get good deals and you get to benefit a good cause. Thank you so much for coming in, Jacob Weaver. Appreciate that. Jacob. You can find this segment online after the show under the community page, and we will be right back.
Live from KPRC, this is Channel 2 News Today.
A developing story this morning. A man accused of killing a father in front of his 2 kids has been arrested. Now we're in court for his first appearance before a judge.
Also, more fallout from that Astros sign stealing controversy. Now the players say they are getting death threats, and the players are concerned for their safety.
Yikes. Plus, Galveston getting ready for an epic party. Ahead, a preview of the Knights of Momma's Grand Nights Parade, which you can watch right here, by the way, on Channel 2 tonight starting at 6:30.
Yeah, good morning. Good Saturday morning. Thanks for waking up with us. It's going to be a chilly start, but it's going to be nice for the rest of the day.
Me and Sophia are in purple, and Cambrell is in gold. Looking good.
Just balancing out the Mardi Gras colors a little bit here,
Mardi
you know.
Gras.
That's right, because this is as close as I'm going to get to it. Watching at the Strand here, Senegas Park is right to the right of there, so there's a lot going on later on. But right now, a little break, a little quiet before the storm, if you will. Right now, temperatures are cool, 47, 46 at Bush and Katy. Warmer along the coast. Galveston's at 55 with 50 degrees at Hobby Airport. That 55 degrees in Galveston with an east wind now at 9 miles per hour. So comfortable but cool. If you're taking a boat out today, small boat's going to be just fine. 2 to 4 feet of the seas. Bays are going to be on the smooth side, so you can put around there all day long. Low tide was at 9:36 coming up in just a few minutes here. High tide's coming up later on at 5:24. So I think it's going to be about 60. I changed my mind on this. 58. I think it's going to be more like 60 degrees, 57 degrees of water temperature. UV index on the high side, calf to thigh is going to be the surf. So it's going to be a cool day to kind of be out there. So hour by hour, if you're being involved in the Mardi Gras celebrations for tonight, mid to 50s to going to be settling in for us for the evening. So it's going to be cool enough to have jackets and whatnot, but not bad and no rain. So that makes it a nice way to celebrate. And over the next couple of days here, 60 to 68. So fabulous weather for our final weekend for Mardi Gras. We go into Fat Tuesday and Ash Wednesday and all the stuff going on, and the rodeo. We'll talk about that coming up because the forecast for those is actually pretty nice too. We'll do that coming up. Sophia?
All right, lots to get to. Thank you, Cambrell. Now the latest on a developing story, an arrest in the murder of a father of 2.
Yeah, that suspect in the case arrested yesterday, scheduled to appear in front of a judge this morning. Channel 2's Taisha Walker live in downtown Houston with what actually happened in court. Taisha?
Yeah, the murder suspect was supposed to make his first court appearance on this murder charge this morning, but decided he didn't want to show up. The probable cause hearing went on without him, though. Take a look at 41-year-old Juan Williams. He has been charged with murder in connection to the shooting death of 28-year-old Jamarcus Martin, who was gunned down last Sunday at the Haverstock Hills apartments off of Aldine Bender. In court this morning, we learned that Martin was listening to music in his car when a woman related to the suspect asked for Martin's name. Shortly after, we learned that Martin, his twin 3-year-old sons, and a witness got out of a car and was heading up a flight of stairs at that apartment complex when bullets started flying. Take a listen as prosecutors described what happened after that.
The witness stated that a black male wearing a red plaid square jacket with hoodie approached them, began shooting, striking the complainant in the head, causing his death. The witness stated that the shooter is a male known as Mutt on the streets with the last name of Williams.
And prosecutors say that, or deputies rather, say that Williams denied that he was at the scene or even involved in that deadly shooting. A judge this morning revealed that he has several prior felonies and other offenses, and because of that, she decided not to grant him a bond. We also learned that he's on parole until about 2025. Reporting live from downtown, Taisha Walker, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Taisha, thank you for that update. New this morning, firefighters make a quick attack on a house fire threatening neighboring homes in southeast Houston. This happened last night on Lydia and Scott Streets. Firefighters found flames coming from the home. They were able to stop them from spreading to houses nearby. We're told one family inside a neighboring home evacuated for a short time before returning. Crews believe the house that was on fire is vacant. No word yet on what caused those flames.
New information about the pilot of the helicopter that crashed, killing Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna and 7 others. According to the Federal Aviation Administration, this was not his first time violating weather-related flight rules. Records show in 2015 he flew into the airspace despite being told not to by air traffic control. The FAA says Zabayan admitted to the error and had counseling at that time. In last month's crash in Calabasas, California, Zabayan had been trying to get special permission to fly through foggy conditions. Air traffic control says he was trying to avoid a cloud layer seconds before the deadly crash. A public memorial, by the way, will be held at the Los Angeles Staples Center on Monday to honor Kobe and his daughter Gianna.
All right, more fallout this morning surrounding the Houston Astros sign stealing scandal, and this time it is going too far. We're now hearing that players are receiving death threats. That is according to outfielder Josh Reddick. Reddick told reporters that he and his family have been receiving several death threats on social media. He says his teammates have also received those threatening messages. MLB union head Tony Clark commented on safety concerns for players, saying, quote, "There's no doubt making sure that our players and their families are able to go to and from the ballpark and perform safely. It's a huge piece of the puzzle." All eyes will be on the Astros today during their first spring training game against the Nationals. Last time the team saw each other, of course, was in the World Series. This will be the first time we'll catch a glimpse of how the team looks under new manager Dusty Baker as well. First pitch is set for 5:05 p.m.
And meanwhile, the Houston Roughnecks, the undefeated Houston Roughnecks, preparing for their first away game this afternoon. They'll be taking on the Tampa Bay Vipers in Florida. The Roughnecks have taken the XFL by storm, opening up the season with a 2-0 record. Fingers crossed the team can secure another win. Kickoff today against Tampa Bay is at 1 p.m. Turning now to Decision 2020, Nevada voters heading to the polls or to caucus this morning. Democratic presidential hopefuls and the man that they hope to replace. We are busy making pushes making pushes ahead of the caucuses across the state. Democrats scrapped software used in Iowa's caucus debacle, shifting to a caucus calculator tool on the iPad and a Google-based software to count those votes. Close to 80,000 Nevada voters have already cast ballots. Analysts aren't sure the Nevada vote will help to clear up the crowded race for the Democratic nomination, raising the stakes in South Carolina in a week, and the Super Tuesday contest as well that follow, now less than 2 weeks away.
We still have 6, maybe even 7 viable candidates that are well-financed, and I'm not so sure that coming out of Nevada, we're really going to see any of them get out of the race, which complicates the picture.
Party officials are already warning results from the caucus may not be available tonight, stressing that they are more concerned with accuracy than speed when counting those votes.
All right, it is the second week of Mardi Gras festivities down in Galveston, and the party continues in just a few hours.
This weekend's party kicked off last night. That's when Landry's CEO and Rockets owner Tillman Fertitta hosted a Mardi Gras party. The San Luis Salute was held at the Galveston Island Convention Center. That was the hit duo, the Chainsmokers, headlining that event. And if you remember, they topped the charts with their hit closer with Halsey back in 2016. We spoke with Fertitta before that event started.
This is the pre-party to the party.
Absolutely.
And it's just a lot of fun. You know, you don't feel like you're in Galveston. We pretend we're in the French Riviera tonight.
Important to note that all the proceeds from last night's event benefit the University of Texas Medical Branch there at Galveston.
And of course, it's all leading to the big party tonight.
The biggest parade of them all. Coming up, we've got a preview of the Knights of Momma's Grand Night Parade and the parade floats. You'll see live right here in Channel 2 as we broadcast that parade tonight at 6:30.
Now here's Joel Eisenbaum with a story he's working Monday night at 6.
How do you know? How are we supposed to know? How do you know if you can trust your kid's coach?
Touching and kissing young girls.
Continuous sexual abuse of a child.
Say he tried to have sex with 2 children.
A dizzying number of stories about the adults we trust with our kids being revealed as monsters.
We find that a lot of the people that we are investigating are first-time offenders, or at least it's the first time they've been caught. So they don't have any type of criminal history.
What every parent should know before your kid's next practice. Monday at 6.
It is Mardi Gras season in Galveston, and that means a lot of parties, as you know, and of course a lot of parades.
Now the biggest and oldest is happening tonight. It's the Knights of Momma's Grand Night Parade. Channel 2's Christine Noel shows us how organizers are making an effort to get the entire community involved.
The color, the music, and of course the beads. The Knights of Momma's parade has been a staple in Galveston for decades.
This is Galveston's oldest Mardi Gras parade. It was started back by George Mitchell in the 80s. We aspire to be the top parade on the island.
This year's theme, Sailing Through Scandinavia. 25 floats, 21 high school bands and drill teams taking the crowd on a journey.
A parade night, it's kind of like herding cats, but it all seems to come together at the end.
This year, organizers are getting the community involved in preparing for the parade, including local artists.
So we've teamed up this year with a couple different nonprofits and had them come down and help decorate and paint floats.
Nonprofits like Artist Boat.
We're trying to engage and educate people how our impact, what we do on a daily basis, affects our environment.
They had 70 volunteers putting in well over 50 hours to paint their float.
And we've had everybody from people who enjoy painting and do it a lot in their spare time to people who have never picked up a paintbrush and they're still able to create something beautiful.
All working to create a picturesque Scandinavian scene.
The Arctic is, one of the largest ecosystems in the world, and so it gives us an opportunity to showcase all the great animals and the things to see and the things that we need to preserve and take care of and treasure.
Also participating in this year's parade, Smart Family Literacy with a float featuring Norse goddesses.
We were given the challenge of coming up with a theme around Norse mythology, and ironically, when I came here for that meeting, I had a painting of the Norse goddess Freya in my car. So it was on my mind to do the goddesses.
Providing a perfect opportunity to help promote one of the group's key goals.
Yeah, we have parents who get side by side with their children, and that's what we're after, is trying to get children and parents to have an experience together that really bonds them and gives them something they can talk about that's a lasting memory and something that makes them want to think about doing even more together in the future.
And watch as their creation rolls down the streets of Galveston.
To contribute to something in whatever kind of way, and to be able to see it roll down in something as grand as our Mardi Gras is. I mean, I'm already floored just by the notion of seeing it roll down the road.
And our Christine Noel will be in Galveston tonight to anchor our coverage of the Knights of Momma's Grand Night Parade. Also on hand are Lauren Freeman, Jonathan Martinez, and from our Houston Live show, Derek Shore. You can watch the parade live right here on Channel 2 from 6:30 to 8 p.m. tonight.
All right.
Knights of Momma's.
Knights of Momma's.
Now, see, I won't be able to get there, but you know someone who will be able to get there, who gets there at all times for every kind of event. You name it.
Teddy?
He's there.
You know he's ready. Yeah.
How did I know?
Teddy likes that music too. Absolutely. I set you up for that. Thank you, Cindy J, for sitting that shot in there. Boy, it looks kind of nice out there. Cool temperatures. 50 downtown, southwest, 49 degrees. Here's Galveston, East Beach. Looks very nice. 55 degrees with those winds out of the east at 9 miles per hour. So throughout the area, here's Kaplan Sinus relief shot. Looks a little hazy off in the distance there with 50 east-southeast winds at 9 miles per hour throughout the area. We're now out of the 30s. Conroe, you got out of the 30s, from 38 to 44 pretty quickly, though. Still in the low 40s in areas to the north and east. Upper 40s, Bush and Continental Hobbies at 50. So we're starting to see those cooler temperatures kind of settling in throughout the area. We'll continue to see that. Look what's going on in the rest of the state. 45 in Dallas, 46. So everybody in the mid-40s starting out right now. Here's what we look like exact track radar in the upper levels of the atmosphere. You see a lot of this moisture. The rain that's over in the southwest deserts will be coming in our direction at some point over the next several days here. Here's what it looks like here on exact track radar. A high pressure off to the east will continue to give us that warm air coming in off the coast, and that's going to warm us up for tomorrow. So warming up, partly cloudy conditions going forward. Notice what happens on Monday. Well to the north, we have the warm front creating rain there. On the trailing edge of that, we've got the cold front that's going to give us our rain on Monday. And then on the backside of that, there will be a reinforcing cold front that will give us even colder temperatures. After Monday, we go down just a little bit. And then after Tuesday, we'll go down quite a bit. So down in a couple of 20-degree drop. Here's the second front coming through on Tuesday. So then we start to see the colder air really start to push in. So chilly air coming into Wednesday and Thursday going forward. Sunshine, yes, but colder for sure. So afternoon highs go from 74 to 70 down to 54 from Tuesday to Wednesday. Settling back up towards 70 toward the end of the week, but you get the picture. Cooler air coming in. Today, going to be in the low 60s for a high temperature. Going to be around 3 or 4 o'clock today. And you look at the 10-day forecast, you notice the transitions from that Monday rain, about 40% chance. That Tuesday, we're going to be about 70. Ash Wednesday, 54. Rodeo cook-off starting up on Thursday, 58 to 66 to 70, warming back up. And toward the end of the week, some of the models have not been in agreement for this part of the forecast, so we'll keep refining that for you going forward there. But all in all, 10-day forecast, it looks like a good time to celebrate. Our grass could use some rain, and we'll get that a little bit on Monday, and after that, we'll have to use the sprinklers, I'm afraid.
All right. Okay. All right, Gambrell, thank you very much. Well, they can be served many ways, on the rocks, frozen, or straight up.
Today, everyone is celebrating because it is National Margarita Day. Yes, there is a day for margaritas. Coming up next, Chef Arellano is here to show us how to make the best margaritas at home.
Hyundai.com today.
Hey, good morning, guys. Margaritas, did you know, are the most common tequila-based cocktails served across the U.S., and they're a big seller at Houston area restaurants, too, of course. But what's the secret to a great margarita? Joining us now, Chef Juan Arellano from El Tiempo Cantina. Thank you, guys, for joining us. You're going to be mixing up the margaritas, too, right? Okay. So let's start with the best margarita. You told us a fact, though, about what you guys do.
Well, one of the greatest things with anybody or with anything, okay, is to keep it secret.
Oh, there you go.
But we do have one person that goes to all of our restaurants and makes just our margarita mix. That's it. There's nobody else.
Nobody
okay?
else has the secret.
So the great thing about him is that he's a great guy.
Okay, so we're just going to give you a version. We're not going to give you the margarita, right?
Not the margarita. So what we have, you know, first and foremost, we just want to make sure we start with great ingredients. You know, just like with our food. You know, we're known for great fajitas and great margaritas. Yes. Okay, so we know right here we have a couple of tequilas that we use. We use a silver, a reposado, and then an añejo. Okay, we also use Contro or Grand Marnier. Now we highly recommend to use, if you use the silver, go with the Contro. Okay. If you use reposado, go with the Grand Marnier. It just one of those little secrets, you know. There you go. But anyway, so Armando's gonna mix, you know, a couple of things together. So he's gonna start with a silver tequila. Okay. Okay, and he's gonna do a Cointreau with equal parts of that, and then some lime and lemon juice.
Ooh,
okay,
fresh lime and lemon juice. Okay.
And this is just the simplest thing you can do with margaritas, okay, and the best one. Now, my question is, do you want salted or unsalted on your rim?
Yes.
Yes.
Both. I want both. All right, those are beautiful. Okay, so it's perfect. What else do you guys have? Because you guys are known for these amazing margaritas, but really quickly, if folks want to come out and have some lunch today, have some dinner.
Oh, you know, our parrilladas are great, okay? We're known for our fajitas like always. So you bring this huge thing called an anafre, you know, which give you a visual. But again, you know, that complements our margaritas, but we also have flavored margaritas. Anything you can ask for. We have anything from guava to raspberry to strawberry. So come and join us today at El Tiempo Cantina. We'll be more than happy to take care of y'all. Yeah, you know, but this is just a great invitation for y'all.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Chef. Thank you, Armando. All right, you can find all this info and a replay of this segment online at clicktohouston.com. We'll post it under the community section of our website after the show. We'll be right back.
Find new roads.
All right, new video just into our newsroom this morning. This is Mardi Gras. Galveston crews are pulling out the floats, beginning the process of getting them ready for tonight's big parade, the Big Bash. 25 floats are taking part in the parade, along with those bands and beads, of course. Remember, you can check out the Knights of Momma's Grand Night Parade live right here on Channel 2 starting at 6:30 tonight.
Yeah, let the good times roll. Look at that beautiful shot in Galveston, huh? On the seawall there. By the way, it starts seawall in the Strand tonight. That's where the parade starts. It's kind of 55 degrees currently. Beautiful conditions. If you're planning on heading down, just know Zach Track Radar is going to stay nice and quiet for you. So get out and enjoy the Mardi Gras. Temperatures are going to be moderately cool tonight and no rain.
Love it.
We'll take it.
Yes.
Perfect.
Beautiful weekend. Oh, yeah, look at these cookies.
Thank you, El Tiempo, for bringing these cookies. You get one. We've got one.